Man, I behave well most of the time during the week. I don't really do a lot.
Why, did you get drunk last night?
I am hungover.
Oh, no. What'd you do last night?
We just, our friend who does, our law professional friend who does a stream once a month, Mackenzie was in town.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Mackenzie's in town.
And then we went out. We had me and Carolina and her and Amber after the stream and
tied one on a bit. Yeah, it really punishes you. It really gets you. It doesn't matter. Even if you have like 2 or 3 drinks, just like being out and doing it just really gets you.
I had more than 3 drinks.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, I did.
I'm proud of you.
I think one of the other parts that's tough about that situation is then I'm like, I don't care what I eat, that's fine. And then I was just like, and like, it was just a bunch of stuff to make me feel bad.
I'm sorry. At least you didn't smoke a bunch of cigarettes. Think of how bad you'd feel.
I did.
No,
I didn't. I didn't. That's an anxiety dream I have all the time.
All the time.
Though. Yeah.
All the time. I wake up, like anytime I get a little drunk, I wake up and I'm like, did I smoke cigarettes last night?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you just feel like shit. You just did this to yourself.
I have dreams all the time that I have somehow retaken up smoking, and I'm so upset. I'm just like, how did I become a pack-a-day smoker again? I don't even remember starting smoking. But then it's not real.
No.
Because it's been like 2006, 7? Oh.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't have cigarettes in Prythian, though.
Man, they'd be sucking them back. Who would be smoking in this? Nesta certainly would be smoking cigs.
Yeah.
For sure. I think the lady of the Autumn Court also would be smoking cigs.
She's got a lot on her mind.
Secret cigs.
Oh, yeah, she's got a lot on her mind.
Secret cigs.
She has to do a lot of things in secret because her life sucks.
Yeah, dude. I was thinking about that as I put her wig on today.
Yeah, I mean, you look awesome, though.
I was like, I should look sadder. I should have put more like, ugh. Except they're all beautiful, so it doesn't matter if you're getting the shit beaten out of you. Like, you still look beautiful in the world of the Fae.
She has to anyway. She
has
allowed.
to look this beautiful.
You do look really beautiful.
Thank you. I'm obsessed with this, and I don't want to take the wig off. Is that sad?
Staple it on.
All right. That's how you get it to stay on, right? Like, I don't need to just like, oh, you can just wear it. No, I have to staple it on.
Yep.
I just like keep looking at myself in the monitor. And I'm like, hey, bitch. Okay. I look like a Kardashian.
Ooh, you look better than a Kardashian.
Do I? No way.
You look like a fairy.
Oh my God, thank you.
You do.
I think I need to get extensions.
Do it, it's fun.
Have you ever had extensions?
Many times. Yeah.
Do you put them in yourself?
I always did because I was
broke,
trashy.
Yeah.
But, professionally, they're always going to look better.
Yeah, but they're very expensive to get done, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's not going to happen anytime soon. But a girl can dream. Until then, I'm going to continue buying $20 Amazon wigs.
Oh, it looks great.
Right?
I
$20.
I thought that would have been a more expensive wig.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was like very surprised at this, and this was certainly going to be one of the ones I immediately sent back. But methinks she's
No, you keep that for sure.
It's weird when you feel yourself this much, though. I'm just like, fuck. Ooh, I'd fuck me.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm flirting with myself in the monitor. Is that so wrong?
There's employees in the room.
I'm sorry, Ryan.
I'm dressed.
It's not directed towards him.
I don't know. I don't think it matters.
Oh,
in workplace,
even if you're hitting on yourself.
I think so. I'm sort of dressed as a spring courtier if Tamlin had not ruined his court.
Man,
so if he would have had like people with him.
I love this fit. I love this look, and I feel like you would definitely be getting jolly in the closets, and I think that would be so much fun. So much better than a bark face. You are just like you look jolly in the closets, Natalie.
I don't know what that means, but I think it's good.
Banging milkmen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Getting jolly in the closets.
I do have the shoulders are out.
Yeah, and it's just the fun hair and the ears sticking out of it too, and you're just like I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
I'm here for the Colin my
yes.
of it all.
I'm only here for Colin my.
So
it's going to be another horny episode. Gear up, because I am horny for myself today, and isn't that great?
it is great, although there's nothing that horny in the actual literature of this
No, it's a
episode.
very upsetting. But that's why we have to look at ourselves in the mirror sometimes and be like, all right, we're not shaking the mountains with our cums today.
No.
But I could.
You could. You just know that you could if you wanted
If
to.
I wanted to. Ooh, I've got sass. I don't have like Bobby sass, but it's like a different kind of sass.
Oh, this is not a Bobby wig.
No.
Crazy. No. No, you like. I feel like you should be wearing one of those like big long kimono robes, like half open.
Oh my God, yes. I think that's what I'm going to wear on the stream today. I'm keeping the wig on.
You should.
I'm keeping this wig. Maybe, no, you know what this wig begs for because it's so long? Nothing on underneath.
Oh, sure.
Just
I
with
mean,
this,
mermaid.
just covering your breasts.
Yeah, mermaid outfit. Hair over the nipples.
Oh my God. Hairy nipples.
Yep.
But I plucked them.
This is sexy hair over the nipples.
Yeah.
All hair sexy on the nipples. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We're gonna have a slightly shorter episode just based on our scheduling this week, but it's probably we're just gonna keep
much
talking.
happen. Oh, well. With how attracted I am to myself today, you're gonna have to staple my mouth shut after you staple this wig onto my head.
Are we gonna have to turn the monitor? You're gonna get distracted too much. Quit winking at yourself.
It's nice, you know?
It is.
How often we talk about how much we don't like the look of ourselves, but how often do you feel yourself? And I feel like we need to celebrate these moments.
Yeah,
I highly recommend getting a very long mermaid red wig if this is your thing.
oh yeah, for just like feeling confident.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I have a healthy medium. I'm either like very self-destroying or just like, I'm the best looking person I've ever seen.
But that's great to give into that too, because I feel like that's something we don't talk about very much.
Yeah, I mean, it's delusional,
Sure.
but
But you know what? There's lots of things that are delusional, and this is like a positive delusion.
you know what? All right, you're right.
Is there a different word for positive delusion? I feel like I always get, like I was talking about, like I'm positively nervous. Like I'm nervous in a positive way. And Jeff's like, you mean you're excited? And I was like, yeah, but I'm nervous and I'm anxious. And he's like, yeah, that's excitement. That's what that word is.
Positively nervous.
So is there positive delusions? I guess is that dreams?
I guess, that's hard. So positive
What is it? The dreams that answer, the stars that listen.
to the stars who listen and the dreams that are answered.
Oh, my womb.
Your womb?
No, just my lips. I guess I should say my vulva.
Where did you? Oh, your downstairs
My
lips.
downstairs.
Got
lips.
it. Okay.
Just like because I can't say breasts on social media anymore, I just call them my upstairs mountains.
Why not?
They shadow ban. You can't say breasts. You can't say any anatomical word you can't say when it comes to sex.
What is that going to help?
Interesting.
What to what end?
You're also not allowed to say the word sex either, which is like they treat it as if it's a bad word. When the word sex, the word breasts, that's not a bad word.
Look, I know we're not on Spun right now.
Oh no!
but
Oh, we're getting a divot. We're giving a divot.
Keyword bot stuff like that does not prevent trafficking. Does not protect children.
Of course not.
It's a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. You hear me?
Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
All right, we
Oh my God! Imagine if I was playing the bass. How fucking hot I would look. I'm just...
All right, we got to get in here.
Boom, 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 boom. Is that the way bass sounds? Boom, 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 boom.
I think that's a stand-up bass.
Oh my God!
maybe.
Like, oh, that's what I'll play. Like Witches of Eastwick when she's like, and she's like playing the oboe, oboe.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Witches of Eastwick.
You're just saying a boo and staring at me. I don't know what that is.
I was saying oboe in a silly way. I don't know what an oboe is.
An oboe's
I don't know a lot about instruments.
it's a wind instrument.
Oh, okay. I wasn't thinking about that. I think it's just a stand-up bass. And it was between her legs, and she's like playing it really hard, and then it sets on
It sounds
fire.
like a cello.
Oh, maybe it's a cello. Cello! Welcome to the episode.
Oh my God, Ryan! If any of this needs to be cut out, please feel free.
Please
we
feel free.
We are 11 minutes in. We haven't started yet.
I'm sorry. It got so horny, and I needed to get it out. So thank you guys so much for listening to me thirst for myself. I mean, I'm so busy thirsting for other people. It's nice to thirst for yourself every once in a while.
Isn't that profound?
Yeah, thank you.
So let's get into. We're at chapter 42.
Oh, look at us!
So
And a lot is going on.
yes. So this is when we've learned that Nesta says she wants to come to the Lord's
I can't
meeting.
believe it. I can't believe this bitch.
Can't believe it. She says she does not want to be remembered as a coward, which is fair.
Yes.
But she has not displayed a lot of consideration up to this point. So it's a little bit of a surprise to everyone.
But also, it makes sense because it's such a selfish reason. You know what I mean? Like, it's not for other people. She's not trying to help anybody. It's just like, I don't want to look like a coward.
She knows that she will look good in the gowns. She wants the lords to see that she saw.
Yeah, man.
Wait one sec.
Oh, actually, while you're doing that,
Make all your sound.
make all my sounds. Okay.
I'm sure we could do like a Fae ASMR thing. People would fucking watch it.
The sound of winnowing.
Yeah, the winnowing sound they use on the audio like plays of the books essentially. I'm not a fan of the winnowing sound.
Why? What does it sound like?
It sounds like that. It goes like
No, unnecessary. If just say that they winnowed, you don't need to make a sound.
I don't know what it would sound like, but not that. It would be like
Yeah, I think something like that. That or honestly something more subtle where I feel like so that you could do it like it is something that is more like just like something that happens on the wind. Whoa. Bites.
wow.
That would be very upsetting. I would never winnow again. Wow. Sounds like Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Wow. That's what it does every time you winnow.
Wow.
Uh-oh. We're having a Silly Billy episode.
I am so out of thoughts in my head this week. So she's told this to the room as they're all about to winnow out to this big meeting, this very big, important meeting. And she starts to scan the room, looking at each of them, except for avoiding Cassian's approving stare. Because, I don't know, it might make her a little distracted or something.
Man. Can you imagine just him looking with the horn look? Oh.
Just like proud of her in that moment. She's like, I can't handle somebody thinking I'm a good person. That's gross. So she looks at them all and says she wants to help. And if her story will, she will tell it. And this is like the same kind of bravery you get if somebody is going to testify in a trial and stuff like that. It's really hard. Feyre tries to tell her that she doesn't need to, that she has done enough and she can be here and train with Amryn, and that is help. But Nesta says no. She shuts her down. She is going. She realizes that no one is going to care about the people underneath the wall, none of the other lords at least, and she does care.
So she's going in on the pro-human front.
Yes.
Is she still is she the human emissary?
Well, so then as she's saying all this, Rhys tentatively steps up forward and asks Nesta if she would consider being the emissary to the human realm now that Feyre is High Lady. To everyone's surprise, she doesn't shut it down immediately. She almost makes a joke. She says that she'll consider it, but she'll make him pay through the teeth for her services.
I can just only imagine her laughing at a joke probably sounds like just like dust and bone. Because she never does it, so she's not used to it.
Yeah.
Rhys sketched a bow.
I would expect nothing less of an Archeron, sister.
I poked him in the ribs, and he huffed a laugh.
Welcome to the court,
he said to her.
You're about to have one hell of a first day.
And to my eternal shock, a smile tugged at Nesta's mouth.
She almost becoming a slightly less frigid B-word?
Man, if only she got those cobwebs pulled out of her.
She needs to.
I bet she would be feeling a lot better. That always makes me think of Drop Dead Fred when he goes in between the legs of her mother and he looks up and he goes, cobwebs! And I never understood what that meant until I was older and I saw it and I was like,
that movie's so unhinged.
Holds up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's
longer
great.
than you remember, but it holds up.
I love that actor. He was in Young Ones, too.
Yeah.
They're all nervous and, about this upcoming thing. So they've accepted Nesta into this little unit that they're about to leave to go to the Dawn Court. And they're all nervous and they begin to lightly tease one another about setting bets about when the first fight will happen between the lords. And they're all like throwing money down on how many minutes it's going to be. And Rhys is kind of irritated and tries to lecture them about why the gambling might not be the best thing for this time. They all grin at him.
Rhys sighed.
100 marks on a fight within 15 minutes.
Yeah, you knew he wanted to be a part of it, Rhys.
Yeah, he likes it. So they all wrap up their jesting and their japes, and the traveling begins. Az sets out first to make sure there are no hidden traps awaiting them in the Dawn Court. Rhys doesn't anticipate there will be, but, you got to check. Rhys receives the all clear from Az. Just as Feyre and Rhys are about to winnow away, she sees quite a moment happening, and they sort of halt their disappearing. I guess you can just stop the winnowing in the middle. It feels like that would be like sucking you into some vortex somewhere. But...
Yeah, or that you get, what was it, like squanched?
Oh, yeah,
squelched. Yes. Or only half of you shows up, but that's a different. It's
a different place. But so they stop because as they are about to winnow away, they see Cassian approaching Nesta. And she stands her ground as he towers over her. She looks up at him, lifts her chin up and looks at him. And he says, "Hello, Nesta." And she actually speaks to him. She says, "So you're alive."
Cassian bared his teeth in a feral grin, wings flaring slightly.
Were you hoping otherwise?
I would totally stop and watch this moment happen as well.
Everybody's just like, whoa.
Because they all knew that she's been like waiting to hear from him this entire time.
But they also know she can be like horrible to him, so they're all just like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, is she going to bite?
Because they don't know about the extra chapter, if you haven't read that. There's a whole thing that happened there. Moore tries to get in between them, but Cassian dodges her hand that she reaches out towards him.
Nesta blurted.
"You didn't come to."
She stopped herself.
Everyone's frozen. Cassian with laser focus on Nesta's face.
Moore just watched as Cassian took Nesta's slim hand in his own, interlacing their fingers. As he folded in his wings and blindly reached his other hand back toward Moore in a silent order to transport them. This sounds romantic, but from Feyre's perspective, she can see that they are looking at each other as like battle opponents with fire in their eyes.
Which is also a different kind of sexy.
It is.
They're not doing this in a like tender romantic way.
No, it's tight.
Yeah, they're like staring daggers into each other's eyes.
Yeah.
Rhys and Feyre decide there isn't going to be immediate bloodshed, and as they winnow out, they hear
Cassian say to Nesta, his voice low and rough,
"The next time, emissary, I'll come and say hello."
Wow.
See, I see less awe and I see less awe and more, oh my God, they're going to rip each other like sexually apart to shreds.
I think that's why I'm saying because I'm just like expected. I love the tightness.
Yeah.
I love it. Man, there's just nothing quite like just lust that you can't have.
I know. It's always better in theory most of the time. You know what I mean?
Very aggravating. It's very aggravating out in reality.
Yes.
Because you're just like, give it to me now. Makes me think of Veruca Salt. I understand her.
Oh, yeah. I am like Veruca Salt in many ways. I'm aware of this.
Yes.
Not the band, but the girl from...
Also a little the band.
Leave me lying here, 'cause I don't want to go.
Tell it,
I'm pretty
bitch.
sure that's Veruca Salt, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Ryan?
I think so.
So, even after all the beauty Feyre's seen of Prythian, as she is winnowed into the Dawn Court, she's taken aback by the stunning landscape of what she sees before her. She notes the semi-opalescent golden sides of the grand structures before her, and they can only be described as sunstone in her mind.
Steps and balconies and archways and verandas and bridges linked to the towers and gilded domes of the palace. Periwinkle morning glories climbing the pillars and neatly cut blocks of stone to drink in the gilded mists wafting by. Beautiful!
Oh my God!
Take me there.
God! Give me a inspiration board.
Oh. Yes, you make a mood board for this?
Yeah. I want a tower. Henry, I want a tower.
And she wants it now!
I want it now, Mummy.
You called Henry Mommy.
I do. Yep. When I'm demanding
Honestly,
things.
it makes a lot of sense.
Mummy, come here.
He is a mummy. I mean, in our group chat, I refer to you guys as Mumsy and Pupsy,
You do.
and I think that Mumsy and Pupsy works perfectly for you, but I also never said that you're Pupsy and
Sometimes
Henry is
I'm the
Mumsy.
daddy.
Yes, you're the Pupsy.
She then realizes that she's very high up in the air as she's like getting her bearings. They've winnowed to a sort of platform high up in a tower. Az is already there with what she presumes is a Dawn Court attendant dressed in gold and ruby.
Sick.
More appears behind them, and as the attendant is escorting them up this exterior staircase, she mutters under her breath that if Rhys ever feels the urge to build a new castle, that perhaps he should take inspiration here. So Moore is sort of like, this is way better than what we have.
What are you talking about? I want to live in the Night Court so desperately. Take me to Valaris.
I know, but this sounds like pretty good too.
I mean, all of them do. Like, even thinking of, like, Adriata as well. Like, not my scene, but how
Right.
beautiful it would be to visit. I'm just not that big of a water person.
I think I would go Night Court, Dawn Court, Summer Court, Spring Court.
Yeah, but how sick is Autumn Court?
It is sick, but I don't know. I don't think it's my full vibe either.
Really?
No, I mean, you would crush it in Autumn
I'd
Court.
crush it in Autumn Court. I'm made for Autumn Court. And I'll tame those bad boys.
All of the brothers.
Yeah, I'm going to tame them all, and they're all going to fight over me.
Oh, that's fun.
Sexually.
They're going to sexually fight.
Yeah, and I'll say, I'll be the High Lady of the Autumn Court, because they're also going to bring that in too. And they go, with that hair, bitch, of course you are. And I'm like, I know.
It's the hair of a high lady. Yeah, that's right. You're going to be a high lady and not a lady.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. I mean, that's how I'm going to get them, like, of who's going to, whichever one makes me a High Lady, that's the one I'll bang.
Yeah, that's fair. You know?
I'm glad I figured it out.
Yeah, I'm glad we all figured this out together. Rhys looks offended at Moore saying this, and Feyre glances at Nesta and finds her filled with wonder in this moment. And it's a face she's probably not used to seeing on Nesta, that she's usually so guarded, and the beauty before them is so grand that she can't hold it from her face. Feyre wonders if she looked like that the first time that she saw Valaris.
The mix of awe and anger, and the realization that the world was large and beautiful, and sometimes so overwhelming in its wonder that it was impossible to drink it all down at once.
I like that description because
Yeah.
I like the addition of anger.
Yeah.
When your small world gets bigger and maybe you've been told it's supposed to be small and be grateful for that, and then when you get out of it and you're just so confused and mad that there's all this other stuff out here. And
Well, especially think of how small her world would have been if she hadn't been, like, kidnapped and forced to turn Fae. It would have just been like this
that village.
Yes, and I'm sure that she's thinking about that quiet little village
every day like the one before.
Yes, and I'd be angry at that.
For sure. She had previously learned that there are other small cities amongst the towns in Dawn Court. So they are in...
I'm looking at where the Dawn Court is.
Oh.
Dawn Court is below the Day Court and above the Winter Court.
Thank you for remembering. So looks like this is over on the east side where the palace is. So they're all meeting right here on this east coast.
Sick.
And yeah, so it's sort of in the middle-ish area, and they're in like their big city, the capital or whatever you want to call it. And then she learns that there's other small cities amongst the towns in Dawncourt. Like there's towns, there's cities, there's a lot of people in Dawncourt, and there are people specialized in tinkering and creating clever objects.
Oh, make me a jack-in-the-box, won't you?
Isn't that also what Switzerland's known for? Because I called it Switzerland.
Tinker Towns?
Yeah, isn't it?
Chocolate.
Clocks? Isn't I wrong?
Clocks. Chocolate. Was spoken like real Americans. What do they got? Mountains. I know they make that Swiss chocolate.
Cheese. Swiss cheese.
Yeah, they make cheese. I know that there are mountains.
I thought that they were like known for like their clocks and their extensive.
I think that's
the wrong country.
Great.
Oh man, I'm gonna get people yelling at me.
I mean, I can't even volley this. Unless I go,
oh, you did. You volleyed it. You volleyed it to somebody else over there. Somebody else's
you
problem.
deal with it. Thank you.
Rhys asks down the bond if she also feels as though he needs to redecorate. And as she passes these lush, sun-filled rooms covered in silk and flowers, she doesn't really give him an answer. So he says down the bond that, well, he's the only one blessed with a high lady, even if their court is prettier.
Oh, he's feeling all bashful over here.
I know. Feyre blushes at his words, and he says mind to mind, "Tonight, I want you to wear that crown to bed. Only that crown."
Goosh! I want a crown so bad, and I want to only wear the crown atop this wig for my husband, mate.
Of course, only in the sanctity of marriage.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh my God.
I mean, you don't do any of those things outside of marriage.
No.
Like wear just a crown. Oh. And to be asked to just wear the crown, because, like, let's be real. I'm going to show up in the wig and the crown, whether Jeff wants me
like,
to
what are you
or
doing?
not.
What is this?
And I go, monsieur. And he'll be like,
bow to your high lady.
Ooh.
And he's like, what?
What?
God damn it.
You and these fairy fuck books.
I just got through an hour of traffic. Do you think that King Charles said the same thing to Camilla on the coronation day?
Oh, yeah, with how awkward she looked. All the pictures of her just being like, oh.
I want you to wear the crown. Only the crown.
Ew,
and my sausage fingers.
Yeah. Oh, his sausage fingers.
Didn't he say he wanted to be her tampon back in the day?
Yeah, dude.
In their weird eroticisms.
You know,
not a sexy thing to be a tampon.
No, but, helpful.
Yeah, you think he was trying to be useful to her.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, that's
Thank
really
you.
nice. Thank you.
And then I'm going to throw you away.
Flush you right down the toilet, clog the pipes.
His sausage fingers clogging the pipes.
His sausage fingers do look like tampons a little bit.
They do. Especially with how dry your pussy is too. It's like putting like a size too big in for you when it's just like all dry.
They all reach the top of the staircase and are greeted by a wide, open-air room. And before they round the very last spiral to see the full view of the room, Rhys clarifies to the circle that Helion, Callias, and Thason are already there in the room. There is yet no sign of autumn, summer, or spring. Before they make their grand appearance to the room, Rhys makes sure everyone's shields are up in the inner circle just as precaution. Feyre can see how tense he is and how like out of the ordinary he is not. His regal like kind of arrogant face is sort of hidden right now.
Well, usually he's also very like nonchalant and like that's definitely like what he goes after. So to be that openly tense, he's got to be really tense.
Yeah, because they're about to reveal themselves in a certain way. He probably is not comfortable with it, and
he's gonna whip out his penis and he's gonna jerk off in front of everybody, and everyone's gonna go yay, yay, yay.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would. Yeah. I mean, let's be real. In a real meeting, it would be difficult if like Holden just came in, whipped out his penis. I'd be like, I'm not yaying at that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Holden would come in and say, I'm not actually a monster. It's all been a facade.
After almost 20 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a
I'd be
very serious person.
get him an acting job. If he can act, man, even the bumps are an act. He like pulls the bumps off. He's like, even this was made out of clay.
Oh my God. That is some Andy
In
Kaufman.
case if you didn't know, Holden's got bumps. He's got bumps.
I don't know if people now know about his bumps as much as they used to.
Yeah, we don't talk about his bumps as much anymore. We do
He's a
ask
father.
him to go to the doctor, though.
He won't. He's not gonna go. And so as Feyre reads all of this on him, she utters the phrase that she says to him often in various iterations. I see all of you, Rhys, and there's not one part I do not love with everything that I am.
Oh.
He feels obviously comforted by this, and he picks her hand up and places it at his elbow. You will bow to no one.
Was all he replied. Oh, with the crown on.
They enter the chamber at the start of chapter 43 and find a circle of oak chairs centered in the room, and instead of a table in the middle, a stunning reflection pool.
Its dark water was laden with pink and gold water lilies, the pads broad and flat as a male's hand, and beneath them, pumpkin and ivory fish lazily swam about. Is that just a koi fish?
Maybe.
Sorry.
Maybe.
It would just, in my brain, be like, just say koi fish. But maybe it's not a koi fish.
Maybe
and
it's
they're
not.
Just pumpkin and ivory.
You're judgmental.
I'm being fishist.
You're being fishist.
Never vicious, only fishist.
Fishist. This
I admitted to Rhys.
I might need to have. And I agree. That sounds awesome.
Yes.
Give me a fucking reflecting pool.
In the middle. I feel like I'd fall into it. I'd get too high.
Be Michael
and just be
Scotting it up.
Oh, damn, reflection pool.
But it's so pretty, though.
Yeah.
You just put a safety, ledge
You
around
put a
it.
gate around, like a baby gate around it. This is for Jackie. I don't know how to open the baby gate, so I'm just like, I just want to look inside of the pond.
I want to relax.
Let me relax.
And seated at one of these chairs is what Feyre describes as a slender, beautiful male, which is Thesan. She recognizes him from under the mountain, but has not interacted with him before. Around him are a collection of winged guards of feather, not bat skin.
Not like our bat boys, different wings.
Different wings. Rhys explains down the bond that Thesan has a small army of these winged creatures called peregrines, cousins to Dracon's seraphim. I believe that this is a reference to peregrine falcons, which is a type of bird of prey in the earth.
Hell yeah,
Earth
man of the
world.
earth, man. Hell yeah.
Peregrine is loosely translated from Latin as traveler.
Interesting.
Fun little fact for you. Feyre notes that peregrines are both male and female soldiers.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Rhys goes on. The male on his left is his captain and lover. Love that. No mating bond yet. So
That's got to be a difficult position to be in, both your captain and your lover.
must really, really love that D.
But all I'm thinking about is him having sex with this big winged man.
Yeah. So this is interesting because it's one of the first queer love stories so far in ACOTAR. The seraphim Nephi from the story that Az told Feyre whenever Nephi saved Miriam from the ocean floor. Nephi in that story, as far as the storytelling goes, she was married to a female fae, but I believe that's the first one so far. And I think that's really interesting and notable. And I know that there's been some criticism of Sarah J. Maas for seemingly, some people feel like she tacked on queer stories late in the series. And I really have no idea whether there was a plan for her to do that or not.
I also wonder if she grew up and times changed. I think I do also wonder that because you have to remember she wrote this 15 years ago.
When she was 19, and
Right.
it was very different. Not saying that she I don't think there's any evidence to say she was like anti-queer. I feel like she probably just wasn't thinking about it, to be honest. And like, of course, you're entitled to feel how you feel about it and your feelings are valid on it. But I don't think there's any evidence to say that she intentionally kept queer stories out. And then, like I've brought up before, as far as we know, and I'm guessing, but she seems to be a straight cis woman. So, as when she was a teenager and there was not a lot of queer representation, she probably just didn't think about it.
Also, it is very possible that it was included earlier. And remember, writers have to give a lot towards publishers and what they want as well. And because they were YA novels, it's possible, since it was written as long ago as it was, which in the like not that long ago, but in the scheme of what has changed over the last 15 years.
It's been a lot of stuff going on.
And she's just cutting her teeth as a new writer 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I do wonder if it could be something like that where she felt that she couldn't write those stories.
Yeah, for sure. And also, there's always the conversation about how much maybe that even if she wants to show representation, like maybe she shouldn't be telling like queer stories for people
if she's not
queer. So, it's just an interesting thing. And I think that she is, as a human being, seems to really want to have inclusivity in all of her stories. So I think I would consider myself more straight than anything, but I think it's nice she's including them here and moving forward.
And as a queer baby, I just want everyone to have sex with each other.
Yeah.
So that's all I care about is consensual sex and everyone smiling.
Yeah, that's what we all should want.
But I am fishious, so don't
talk about
a guppy.
fish.
Don't bring up a peckard. Is that a fish?
You ran out of fish already?
I literally was like searching my brain. I was like, shark. I'm like, shark's not a fish. Whale.
Cod,
whale's not a fish.
All the tuna.
All the ones that we eat. I couldn't even think of those. I came up with the fish instead. That's how fishist I am.
Yeah, and you don't think that they should be friends with each other?
No, I don't think they should be in the same ponds. Unless they're all going to start having sex with each other, then I support it.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, this is our first real gander at all of the High Lords. So
it's hard to keep them separated.
I know. All right, offspring.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do just a quick review as each of them appear. So again, this is Thesan. And I don't know, do you want to read this? It's basically clips from the book, but it's from... I'm using a lot of the ACOTAR wiki for some of these things because they have a really succinct kind of Wikipedia-style description.
Yeah.
So I'm just using that.
Thesan is said to glow brightest of all the High Lords. He is slender and has brown skin and hair, kissed with gold as if sunrise had permanently gilded them and upswept eyes. The rich brown of freshly tilled fields were his loveliest feature. Thesan's voice is deep and rich like his eyes.
I like the artist who does the portraits for the ACOTAR wiki. I really like the representation that they do. So that's Thesan the Dawn Court fella. And he greets the Night Court pleasantly enough. He's, again, very neutral. He's like the Switzerland, so he, is fine with everybody. And Feyre notes that this is the first time that some of the courts have seen Rhys's wings. And so he kind of notes them but doesn't say anything. She stays at Rhys's side, which would be uncommon for a High Lord's lady. And so she tests out his reaction. He kind of gazes over her and sees that her tattoo is now on the other arm and that she's wearing rather big-ass crown on her head.
Interesting.
Yeah. While he looks slightly surprised, he doesn't say anything about that either. Then Callias approaches. So Callias is the High Lord of the Winter Court.
The High Lord of the Winter Court is a handsome fae with white hair and skin so pale he looked frozen. Even his crushing blue eyes seemed like chips hewn from a glacier. As a member of the Winter Court, he tends to wear fur, even in the summer, and as their High Lord, he wears a crown of ice.
That would be very uncomfortable.
I know. Isn't it always dripping? I guess you have the magic so it's not dripping.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Don't be dripping. That's what I'll say to it.
Don't be dripping.
That's all he has to say, and then it doesn't. Except my problem with Callias is that, I don't know if you ever watched Adventure Time, but I think of the Ice King when thinking of Callias. So in my brain, he looks just like that. But that is a very silly comparison to make.
Oh, I never watched Adventure Time.
Oh,
but is he not, he's not a sexy ice goddess?
No, he looks like this.
Oh, yeah, I know. I have seen that character about the internet before.
Yeah, so if you look up the Ice King, which also, sad storyline. Don't even get me started. It makes me very sad to look at him.
Well,
but also, I like the character.
Well, that's not who's here.
No, we've got this hot,
he is much
young
more
ice
fuckable.
baby. Yeah, he is much more fuckable.
At this particular meeting,
he wore a jacket of royal blue, embroidered with silver thread, its collar and sleeves dusted with white rabbit fur.
He has 3 courtiers with him. One is a beautiful young female who grins at Moore, and then Moore screeches and runs into this Fae's arms.
Then they were laughing and crying and dancing around each other, pausing to study each other's faces, to wipe away tears, and then embracing again.
So it's clear that Moore is friends with this Wintercourt woman who we haven't met yet. So SJM leans into women friendships a lot. She talks about it in interviews and how important they are to her personally. And you see that in Crescent City, which is almost more of a love story between best friends than anything. With love, all is possible.
Crescent City's so good!
It's so good. So
not as sexy, though. Not as sexy.
No, a lot of edging.
Oh,
Jesus
wow.
Christ.
Throbbing. But it's one of those, too, where it's like, I feel like, edging is fun. But I need release.
I know.
I need release.
I could not believe how long that I was like,
shaking.
You gotta be kidding me.
Shaking.
Holding this out. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch, Mass. So Moore and Callias, this companion who we don't know yet, are old chums. Both Rhys and Callias make jokes about it. Like, to the women. But then when Rhys tries to commiserate with Callias about it, he's not interested. Instead, he loves a cold stare Rhys's way, as though analyzing him. Feyre's not surprised, as Morrigan has explained previously that there is tension between the Night and Winter courts from something that occurred under the mountain. Then the other High Lord in the room, Helion, makes his way towards them. Feyre is distracted by a memory of her father regarding some jewelry that he had acquired from somewhere in the far southeast, which is, I believe she's referring to somewhere off the map.
Off map! Off map!
We're off map here. So she sees Helion and it's immediately drawn to this memory of her father who had always done trade in these far off lands. And he had gotten some kind of jewelry from this very foreign to her palace. And she describes the land where this necklace came from as containing, quote, swaying date palms and sand-swept palaces. She found...
So maybe she was out of Palm Springs.
Oh, she's out of Palm Springs.
That's where he got it. The Palm Springs jewelry. They got date shakes everywhere out there.
Oh, they really do. She found the necklace mesmerizing as a child and recalls it. At whatever reason, it's just drawing that memory as the High Fae approaches her, though she's not sure why. So Helion, again, is the High Lord of the Day Court.
Helion is a shimmering High Fae with dark brown skin and onyx hair. He is very muscular and wears a glimmering crown of golden spikes. His legs and thighs are described to be muscular and in good shape. He moves with languid grace and power, and is described as the sun personified. Wow.
And he has amber eyes.
Wow.
Amber eyes. At this meeting, he's dressed in what sounds like maybe a toga or a robe.
Something that's showing his thighs off, though.
And his arms.
If you got gams and bars,
bars
meats,
of the arms?
Yeah. If you got
guns.
it, you should.
Gams and guns.
Gams and guns. I was like, I knew there's got to be a phrase or something. I don't think that is a phrase, but I like it.
Gams and guns. I like it.
Show them off.
Show him what you got, honey. So he's wearing basically a white bolt of fabric wrapped in folds around him. A cuff shaped like a serpent is wrapped around his arm.
Sick.
The way she describes his entourage in robes of rich dyes of cobalt, crimson, and amethyst, with some dawning coal-lined eyes. It seems as though she's perhaps using Egyptian inspiration for this court. That's what I'm getting from it. Feyre recalls that the day court's claim to fame is spell cleaving.
Cool.
And the possessors of knowledge with massive collections of tomes and libraries. They are a learned people.
So he's not only really hot, he's also really smart, and he's the sun personified.
Yeah. Okay. But she doesn't know what their sort of situation is with Helion at this point. So she's sort of like keeping him at arm's length, just like looking him over. She doesn't know if he's friendly or not. And then at that moment, she realizes it's his power that causes her to glow when she and Rhysand are coupling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Whoa. Man, it would be really annoying to glow, you know? Because, like, you don't always want the lights on.
Oh, yeah,
sometimes you want the lights like, like just under, I just imagine, like, a really bright light like this, where you're just, like, every wrinkle is seen.
No. It's like a...
Like a blurring?
Like a softbox.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
It's a soft. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I heard she's got one of them, too.
She's got one of them softboxes.
Come out.
Got one of them. Sun personified. She realizes, she thinks that he is the only High Fae who doesn't seem surprised by Rhysand's wings. So all of the other High Lords were sort of, nobody said anything, but they didn't know he had wings. Helion seemed to not be surprised by this. He sets his sights then on Feyre and says, "Does Tamlin know what she is?"
Helion leveled a flat look at him.
"Does he know she is your mate and High Lady?"
Whoa, out and really fast.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, man, real fast.
Everyone in the room is kind of stunned, and they're like, High Lady, murmur, murmur, murmur.
But they see the crown.
Yeah.
Wait, do the ladies wear crowns?
I think maybe they were little diadems.
Like tiny
what I
ones?
have
Yes,
on.
yeah.
And she's got like a big old fat crown
Yeah,
on.
dude.
So, and also all of them knew that they were mated either. So Callias's companion, and who's Mor's friend, whose name is Vivian, and also has turned out to be Callias's wife, is shooketh by all of this news. Because she ain't got no High Lady for Callias, that's for sure.
Man, that must be stirring up so much trouble for the other High Lords, like getting home like, bip, 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 bip.
They're going to be in trouble.
High Lady, why am I not a High Lady?
Yeah.
I mean, I know I would be bip, 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 and then
You'd be
into a
bopping
grave.
right in their fucking ear.
Yeah, man.
So Rhys says that they'll find out. So whenever Helion asks this, Rhysand responds, I guess they're going to find out how Tamlin's going to react if he shows up.
Ooh.
Things are all a little bit tense while they are all getting settled in, and they're all like getting, addressing one another, except for Vivian and Mor, who are just having a great old time.
Yeah, dude.
But then Helion notices Nesta. Who's your friend? He basically asks. Nesta isn't cowed. She stares back at him. And it's Feyre who answers that it is her sister, who is the emissary to the human lands, and she's here to tell her story later today. He points out the obvious that she's a Fae.
I mean, fair question. Why would a Fae want to be a human emissary? I mean, just obviously with the Night Court, if you know the Night Court, you would know why they would have a human emissary. But if you don't know them, you wouldn't know them.
No, now it's just like, what are you guys doing? It seems like a trick. And Vivian says no shit under her breath, and Mor snorts. He says she's not a human. Thazon asks, who made Nesta? Nesta stares down the High Lords.
Do you think that's a bit of like, wait, I feel like that's a vulnerable question to ask someone.
Well, it's a very arrogant High Lord question to ask.
Yes.
Because you feel entitled to everything all the
to
time.
the answer to it. We're just like, none ya, okay?
None ya.
Man, I love responding with none ya. And then someone goes, what? And go, none ya business.
Yeah. She should. I wish Nesta was.
It's the best comeback of all time. None ya. Yeah, I'm pretty cool.
You are. You're so
As I still
quirky.
hit on myself and stare at myself in the monitor.
All right, hey.
Oh.
But she's not going to be intimidated by these questions. And she stares them all down and she tells them straight, it was Hybern who made me. Feyre wants this moment to end, so she escorts her sister over to the chair set behind the Lord's Circle. And
Imagine her just like, oh, okay, all right. Why don't we just get her sit down? Let's just get her over here.
Yeah. And she also continues to explain to the room about the cauldron and Elaine and everything that's happened. She doesn't mince words, saying that it was because of Tamlin's actions all of this happened. And Helion says that's a pretty heavy accusation to make about your former lover. And she follows back that it was not an accusation. It was no such thing. It's what happened. She feels Rhys's pride go down the bond at her assertiveness.
And then Vivian muttered to Callias, jabbing him in the ribs.
Why can't I be High Lady as well?
Beep, 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 beep,
Beep, beep, boop.
boop.
A bit of time passes, and they are all still awaiting the others' arrival. While they wait, they sit around the reflection pool, eat and drink, and I want to go to this room. Mummy! Mummy!
Henry, get in here and give her this room. Give her a reflection pool. She doesn't ask for much.
But I want to go to the Dawn Court now!
Do you talk about the world of the Fae toward Henry as much as I talk to Jeff about it? Do you keep him in a prison?
I think so much of our conversations are steeped around horrible crimes. We never get to the...
Oh, you never get to the horny side.
I mean, we get to other horny sides.
Yeah, just not Fae horny sides. Okay. I just feel like it would feel like to him that he is, Jeff has referred to it as a mind prison. And I just didn't know if both of our partners were feeling like they were trapped.
You know.
He's not trapped with me. He loves me. I'm his High Lady. Look at how hot I am.
You are. So you can say whatever you want.
I can say whatever I want.
He knows he's trapped.
Oh, yeah, he loves it.
So
it's better than Riverdale. I was like, well, you like have to hear about Riverdale as much. At least this cuts into the Riverdale conversations.
Correct. I hope he respects and appreciates
You're welcome.
that. Yeah. So they're all going through like very clipped conversations as they're sitting in this circle around this beautiful pool waiting for the other lords to show up, except for Moore and Vivian, who are just gabbing away over many years of catching up on gossip. And by the way, Vivian also has silver white hair and blue eyes, like I guess most of Winter Court members seem to have.
Man, how hot is that court? Like, too frigid for my jams, but like I could see many people slithering on into the Winter Court, like digging how frigid they are.
I mean, it reminds me of from Game of Thrones. What's that? The Khaleesi's
yes.
family.
Oh yeah. The mother of dragons and all that shit.
I forget what their last names are, but that's what they look
Targaryen?
like. Targaryens, yeah. That's what they look like. Through this conversation, Feyre, who is sitting with Moore and Vivian, learn a bit about the background of Vivian and Callias. So Vivian hadn't been with Callias under the mountain. She wasn't under the mountain at all. They were friends growing up, and Callias had been in love with her the whole time without her knowing. When Amarantha pulls...
I want that story.
Yeah.
I also want, I want that as a side story as well, because the second I heard about their love and then like how much they love each other and how they're like besties, but then also Callias is so frozen, but she's so warm. So I want to know how that story went.
I know, right?
Sarah, please.
I mean, she has so many side quest stories.
She's got so much to write. I know. I can't put pressure on her.
Get to that typewriter. That's how I imagine she writes.
Man, both of us are really good at type. Like, there wasn't a typewriter here. I know you thought that there was a typewriter in the room, but there wasn't.
Actually, I don't know if I'd even be able to figure out how to work a typewriter. I'd try.
You never had a type. We had a
when I was
typewriter.
little.
Yeah, we had a typewriter back in the day.
My grandma had one.
Yeah.
I don't remember it though.
It's
I mean,
really annoying because you can't delete. You got to go white it out.
Yeah, you gotta get to a little white on there.
Ugh.
Yes, it takes a long time to write a letter. So
Who's got that kind of time? I'd be
Nobody.
like, see you never.
Yeah. No, I mean, nowadays, nobody's got fucking time to write a goddamn type letter. Except for Tom Hanks. He loves them.
Oh, he does love typewriters.
Yeah.
I don't think he's using those typewriters.
I think he's
Just writing letters to Chet. Please be
stop.
better.
Please stop doing
Please
these
stop
things.
acting like this. Clang, 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 clang.
So whenever Amarantha pulled the stunt where she tricked all of the High Lords, he used the last of his magic, just like Rhys used his to reach out to his circle. Callias used the last of his magic to tell Vivian that he loved her and begs her to protect the people of their court when he was trapped. And so she did. She took up a leadership role in the Winter Court and also offered safe harbor for refugees and was protecting the court's citizens during that 49 years. Throughout it all, she sought out a way to release Callias, and during that time of separation realized that she had also loved him. The day that Amarantha died, he winnowed straight to her, and she kisses him for the first time before they exchange any words. He proposed to her right there, and they were married within the hour. Then when they were sealing the marriage, their mating bonds snapped in place. Feyre sees Callias.
No soup?
No soup.
You gotta be souping me.
I hope they had soup after. At least you got to replenish.
She must be hungry. I mean, like, it's just like this whole thing like you did that you saved him and then you kiss and then you first time kiss and proposal and marriage all in one night.
And fucking.
Give me a break. Let me get excited about it for a couple of weeks at least.
I guess, but it was a 49-year waiting period.
Yeah, I guess they were done waiting.
Yeah. So Feyre sees Callias watching his mate with love and tenderness, and then glances to Helion, who is watching her and Nesta intensely. So there is Callias obviously has the ability to be tender and loving.
But you also have to remember, they're going to this meeting to show up with their bitch faces on.
Right.
Like, they're not coming in all warm and yo, bro. No, it's very tense. So it's I get why he's so frigid. And the ice crown. Gotta suck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
what if he has ice panties on?
Oh, but maybe he has to do that to make sure that he doesn't get hard. He's hanging out with Vivian. Yeah. He doesn't want to be hard. Put them ice panties on.
Yeah, maybe.
That's a good thing to have. So it's you wear them to funerals. I mean, your pants will be all wet, but just to make sure that nothing's happening. But then we're going to get all wet. So I guess it can't do it for someone that has a vulva.
I am worried about a person who gets constant boners at funerals.
I mean,
that sounds like a maybe talk to a doctor.
Intrusive thoughts happen. You're please, no, please don't be hard. Is that what happens?
Ice panties, I guess.
Get out the ice panties.
Well, with Moore being friends with Vivian, I already assumed he wasn't a monster, because if Moore considers Vivian a good person and a friend, she's not gonna be in love with a terrible person.
No, he must be a good person.
I mean, Faye, not person. Oh no, they use person. They use people.
Think the cauldron.
For the Faes. Think the cauldron. So an hour passes by during this time, which is why she got to learn about Vivian's background. And finally, Thesan makes an announcement. Tarquin has arrived.
Uh-oh.
Nervous or not.
Rubies.
Yeah, it's going to be Aki, but it's happening. So they just got to let it happen.
All right.
Tarquin appears from the same steps as the Night Court had, from the exterior spiral. And they see as he crests the top that he has brought with him Cressida and Varian. She watches as Varian looks around, hopefully for, someone. Only to be disappointed. He then spots Cassian.
I'm surprised at Amryn. I would be let me go see my boyfie.
She can't. She's I don't care. I don't care.
I'm so not that person. I'm so just again, I got to school every day because I would see my crush between first and second period. And that was the only reason why I ever went to first period my senior year of school, because I got to see my crush just for a glimpse between first and second period, because I'm that thirsty.
Oh, that's cute. I mean,
just so I can stare, just so I can go, oh, if he would just love me. And he never did. I'm fine. I'm past it.
Just letting you finish it out. Yeah, well, she doesn't wear her heart on her sleeve, Amren.
She's got a lot of other things on her mind.
She's got some other stuff. But if you'll recall, she was wearing the blood rubies under her shirt during the battle.
That's such a badass move to be like, oh yeah, you want to give me a blood ruby? I'm gonna fucking wear it.
Yeah, I think it's cute.
Yeah, I think it's cute because it's his. It's because it's his quartz thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's gushy under there, and I'm not talking vulvas. I'm talking she's got a gushy heart in there.
A little softy in there.
Yeah.
So
she's got ice panties on.
So then Varian spots Cassian after he can't find Amren and then scowls at him, to which Cassian returns a grin at this scowl. And then Feyre remembers that he's been banned from entering the summer court because he said he once wrecked just one building. He says that's how, in his explanation.
What did he do? Was he like play fighting? What did he do?
I wonder. But Varian and him are obviously not on the best of terms. So Tarquin just completely ignores the Night Court, which is better than perhaps the alternative.
Yes.
So,
and also the high road to take in this.
Yes.
The High Lord road.
The High Lord road. Just as they get settled in with Tarquin now joining the group, there's a whisper rumbling through the room that Beron has arrived.
Uh-oh.
And has brought all of his sons with him, save Lucian. Mor and Feyre exchanged glances.
The violence simmering off my friends was enough to boil the pool at our toes as the High Lord of Autumn filed through the archway, his sons in rank behind him, his wife, hello, Lucian's mother, at his side. Her russet eyes scanned the room as if looking for that missing son. They settled instead on Helion, who gave her a mocking incline of his dark head. She quickly averted her gaze.
Interesting.
Who, me? With this beautiful hair? Don't you want to just have sex with me?
That's Who are you talking to?
I was talking to myself.
Okay. Well, it's interesting. There was a little moment there with those.
Yeah,
Fae.
with the sun personified. Okay. And she's fire. Okay.
Wow. So Feyre recalls that Lucian's mother had saved her life under the mountain once when she was given the impossible task of cleaning the floors with dirty water. But then we get the High Lord of the Autumn Court, and he is a jerk-off.
Hate him.
His name's Baron Vansera. One of the only... Wait, is surname's the right thing for the last name? Mm-hmm. So Vansera is one of the only surnames we ever end up getting from people. I don't know why that is. Maybe we'll learn. But he's a real chud who's way over 500 years old. He's actually older than any of the other High Lords and is tall, slender-faced, handsome brown hair. Just kind of a real
dick in the bag.
A real dick in the bag. He's again I think like the King of Highburn. He kind of looks like he's like in his 40s, which means he's like really
old.
So all of his sons sneer their little sneery faces off at the rest of the room. What's your best sneer face? Might be like.
Well, I think I look more like in Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, you did do that for. What's her name? Yeah, I forget her name.
Oh my God, I can't think of her name. Kathleen and Jimmy. Jesus Christ.
What's your other? You got to give me a good sneer.
Okay, you need a sneer.
That's very good. That's a very good sneer.
I mean, I was talking not that long ago that I apologize. You're not going to be able to see this. That I don't think I know how to frown because I was frowning like this. And I did that to Jeff the other day, and he's just like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm frowning." And he's like, that's what he's like, you look like you're about to puke. Like, you look like you have a frog in your mouth currently. And I was like, how are you supposed to frown? Do you know how to frown?
I mean, you know what it is that you look mad. And I think it's more like frowning is more like disappointed.
Because I feel like pouty I can do. I'm pouty. Look at me in my hot. I'm hot and I'm pouty.
Very good.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I turned myself on.
All right. Oh, do I need a little water bottle?
I do need to be sprayed down. Especially because I might dress as the Lady of Autumn Court again next week.
You should wear some different of her fits.
Okay.
So their sneering faces are so sneerified that the rest of the room starts to get sort of up in arms, like bristling. That's a lot of sneers. If all the High Lords are like, whoa. When Baron doesn't stop them, Aerys turns to his other 3 brothers and says, enough. The entire room is tense. None more than
imagine them
again.
just like overtly like, it's like, okay, back up.
Yeah. And so Aerys finally has to calm them down. The entire room is tense, none more than Morrigan, who knows she must face Aerys with bravery. But she also keeps their secret alliance a secret from Vivian. So
you haven't seen this woman in, what, hundreds of years? Maybe don't be giving out secrets right away.
But like the Night Court is going through this dance of not only having to deal with Baron, but also that they're in this secret alliance with Aerys at the same time. So Aerys can't act like they know each other and they're all just like trying to do this game.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a High Lord or Lady.
Yes.
So as the Viserys clan sits, Feyre notes that all the chairs are filled. She assumes that means that Tamlin has never even responded and will not be attending this.
Thason, as host, began.
Rhysand, you have called this meeting, pushed us together sooner than we intended. Now would be the time to explain what is so urgent. Rhys looks taken aback and is sort of like the big war, the battle.
Summer Court just got attacked. We got attacked. Like, what are we talking about here?
Of course, that. And then Helion asks him if what he intends is to have all of the courts unite against Highburn. And Rhysand responds in the affirmative. Yes, I want all of us to come together to prevent this island from being taken by a bunch of assholes. But then he suddenly stops short.
It was almost the same. The entrance. Almost the same as that night in my family's old cottage when the door had shattered and a beast had charged in with the freezing cold and roared at us. He did not bother with the landing balcony or the escorts. He did not have an entourage. Like a crack of lightning, vicious as a spring storm, he winnowed into the chamber itself. And my blood went colder than Callias's ice panties as Tamlin appeared and smiled like a wolf.
Oh, he does have ice panties.
He said it.
It says it right there.
It says it in the book. Tamlin's here! We hate him, but he showed up.
What kind of mess are they going to get into next week?
I don't even know, dude, because a lot is going to come from this meeting, y'all.
I'd be quivering in my own little corset if I was Feyre in this moment, because
dude,
you don't know what kind of bullshit. Because she just destroyed his entire court.
Yeah, especially when they're like, "Oh, he showed up with no escorts." Yeah, because he doesn't have any.
Yeah,
he doesn't have anybody that supports him anymore. He's completely alone, which is what she fucking was trying to do, man.
Yeah, and I mean, granted, not blaming her entirely. He also brought this upon himself.
Oh, he did it to himself. Oh, for sure.
But there are moments that I still feel really sad for him.
I think that, especially as we go through the rest of this, I think it'll be good for us to explore more about his character and to talk more about how we feel about it. Yes, we need to talk about how we feel about it because it's not black and white.
It's not. That's not how the world works, even in Prythian.
No, it's just like, so he's got a journey as well, and we might need to be a little bit more warm towards Tamlin, even though we don't like him right now. But just give him a break, okay?
Because he's got to go through a bogus journey.
Yeah. And he also is he's got a lot of trauma as well. Not saying he's necessarily a good person, but
he's not a monster.
He's not a monster.
He's not. There's a lot. Obviously, he's made huge mistakes. Really done really bad things. But is he redeemable so far? I think so.
I think so. But I guess we'll find out.
We'll see. It doesn't. All right. I'm not going to say anything for those who haven't read.
No, you want to say it so bad. I want to talk about it so bad, and we totally can't talk about it yet. So we're going to talk about it in the future.
Yeah, we will. We will. And now we're going to go because Jackie is not going to be able to keep her hands off herself for any longer.
No, I'm stapling this to my head.
Oh, no, don't. Please.
I'll
Jackie,
look so
please
beautiful
don't.
forever.